Hello friends, it's me, Shayna Sharp from Sharp Balloons, and today we'll be making a French Bulldog out of balloons. The French Bulldog is the most popular breed of dog in the US for the last 3 years running. These adorable friends first appeared in Paris in the mid-19th century, apparently the result of crossbreeding toy bulldogs imported from England and local Parisian ratters. The famous artists Edgar Degas and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec are thought to have had a few examples of French bulldogs in their paintings. They can't regulate their own internal temperature, so they need a cute little sweater if it gets too cold outside, and if it's over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, they struggle. Which, honestly, same. I have a 260 for the base. I have in the fur color of the animal a 360, a 260, and two 160s, just in case I need more of those little skinny balloons. I have a white 160 for the chest and underbelly, a black scrap for the nose, and this nice blue color I'll use for the eyes. I will start with my 360 gray. Going to make 3 pinch twists. I'll start with 2. It's easier to do 2 together. Roll this through the middle. Okay, so we've got 3 pinch twists here. Soften this body. And then I'm twisting off a bubble that I'm trying to make come out an angle, just to kind of reinforce that this is the back. 2 more pinch twists. Nice and small and soft ones. Twist that. And split this in half. All right. I know it doesn't look like a dog yet. You just gotta trust the process. What I'm going to do is get rid of the bottom part of this, because we don't need it. And take this stretchy part and put that into my flower base. Perfect. Also going to blow up a tiny bit of a black balloon for a nose. Just the teensiest, weensiest, beansiest little bubble. That through, tie the bubble to itself. Look at what a great nose that makes. This part I don't need, rip that part off, but I'm gonna leave this tail here. That'll help me attach everything to the dog. I tuck that pinch twist in between these 2 bubbles. That makes a pretty good muzzle shape for a Frenchie. We'll take this small nose, push that through there. Wrap the tail around the front so it's really locked in. And this is our French Bulldog muzzle. Now is the part where I look around to try and find, there it is. So we've got our muzzle. We have to connect it to the face. So I'm going to rip off this bottom part of the balloon. We don't need that. That's extra. Take this leftover balloon at the bottom. I'm going to hold the muzzle in place against this front face. Kind of hold it in place with my thumb, pull back, and wrap this around our neck juncture. And then I'll take my nose and do the same thing, but into the middle of the face. Look at that. Oh, what a cute little face. I love it. We need to complete the body. I'm also going to give the Frenchie a white chest and underbelly, so a white 260. Here we go. Tie that. A little bit of a distortion, a little bit of a curve there. Take this knot, put it underneath the head into those pinch twists. And again, pull that down. I don't want it to be the same height as that bubble because that will kind of have it looking straight up. But if I pull down, that forces the back to curve over, which is like the dog is kind of sitting, and it makes the head face forward. So twist off a bubble about the length I see there, and then roll that into our flower bubbles. Nice. That was all the white we needed, so bye-bye extra. We need ears, eyes, front legs. Non-negotiable. I'm going to rip off this handle part so I can put it on a base. Woo! We're gonna take our 160 in gray, very skinny balloon. Tie that off. We'll take the 160 and attach it into between the side and the back pinch twist. Doesn't matter which side. Oh. Once again, squeeze it, stretch it, make sure this is nice and soft so it can be pliable. We're going to make our French Bulldog ear. And then what I'll do is I'll put a pinch twist here. This will be a separator bubble between my right and left ear. Place that right at the center and then stretch out 160, roll it around the pinch twists. Back up to the top. We will reorganize everything, make sure it's all sitting properly. Cinch that there. Twist that into our pinch twist as well. I'm like rolling his face. No, it doesn't hurt him, don't worry, I promise. Okay, I'm going to squeeze the air out of a section of the 160. Bring it around to this side of the body, okay? So it just kind of nestles in there. Bring that around to the front. This is going to be our front leg. When you see about the length you need, twist it off. We're going to make 2 very small loop twists for our front feet. They're almost like pinch twists. They're so small. Roll that through our flower base. And the paws again. Just to make sure everything's connected nicely. All the way back up to the neck. Maybe about there. Now this, believe it or not, is going to be my tail, even though it's coming out of the neck. So what I'll do is squeeze, again, a little other section of no air in that skinny balloon. Pull that all the way down to our flower base. I'm going to try and tuck that into the inside of the body so we don't see it. Now it's coming out of the flower base behind our hip. French Bulldogs have a little curl to their tail. What I'm going to do is pop just the very, very, very tip. Leak out a little bit of air till it's nice and soft. Tie that. Grab that end. Pull that back around to the base. If you don't have enough of the skinny balloon left over, you can always blow up another piece of scrap. But you should end up with just enough to make a little curled tail there. I kind of like tilting dogs' heads to the side. So I take the pinch twist in the back of the head. Normally it would be straight up and down. I kind of just kink it off to the side. That kind of helps to reinforce the head tilt of the dog, which I think gives it personality. But we do need eyes. That's an important step. I'm going to give my Frenchie some blue eyes. About that. That looks about right. Tie this here. Nice. To give myself some space. Squeezing the air out towards the end of the balloon. Rip this part off. Don't need that part. Let the air out until I can make another eye. About the same size. Tie that. So I've got my blue eyes, but I need a spacer bubble between the eyes. This both helps to keep the eyes in the right position, but it also gives like kind of that little wrinkle that they have in between the eyes, which is an important feature. A little more gray. Tying a section of the inflated gray small balloon to the blue bubble. So you don't need it to be too long of a bubble. I just want there to be maybe like an inch, maybe even like a little smaller than an inch, about there. I'll tie my other blue there, rip that off. Tie my gray to my blue. Nice. Now this looks a mess, but we can hide all of this behind the bubble. It's no worries. We do want some long scraps to kind of attach it to the head structure. Nudge my nose forward. Put my eyes there. It's going to be cute. Take our extra scrap. Wrap that around in my pinch twists. And this one as well. I lost it. There it is. What? It's so cute. Hi, Frenchie. Hi. Oh my goodness. All right, now we're going to make the Frenchie at speed. Time begins now. Let's go. We're at about 5.5 minutes. Beautiful. And that is just under 7.5 minutes. Of course, these animals do come in different colorways, so you can change and adjust the colors of the balloon components to match the specific coloring. And again, just a head on a stick with a 3-petal flower will save you some time in a line work situation. Thank you for hanging out. I hope this design inspires you, and I hope that you can find a loving home for this balloon dog. In the arms of the angel. I meant to do that. Edgar Degas and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. Edgar Degas and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec.